I'm Catherine from Catherine Learns Stuff, and today we are doing Crafting Unscripted. As usual, I'm having some technical difficulties, so if you are here, please give me a hello, say in the chat, or drop me a thumbs up or something. I was trying to get this all to work, and I think there's something wrong with my computer or my setup, because every week it seems to be getting worse and worse, and I don't know what the problem is, so I might need to spend a day or two trying to figure that out next week before the next live, but that's neither here nor there. Here we are. Nancy, hello. Welcome, Nancy. I'm glad that you are here. Hello, Elaine. So today, just some quick housekeeping before we start crafting. The Elf School Hobby Summit is still happening. Today is the last day. And there you can still get tickets for that. If you've missed it, you can buy the VIP tickets, or the free tickets will get you tickets to watch all the events today, which started at 9 in the morning. I don't think I left the link for that in the description, but I'll do that right after the video. And there is a lot of Black Friday sales coming up. I'll be firing off some emails about that. There's some actually that I should have sent out already, but I've just been too lazy. Not very loud today. Oh, all right, well, that's good to know. Nancy, let me just fix that, because I know where that problem is. Maybe I can reproduce the fix. Microphone. Sound. That's not what I want. Cancel. All right, Nancy, I'm going to try to fix the sound here. The problem is that I can never find the thing that I need to find after I've done it once. Devices. Camera, where's my mic? Sorry, I'm just going to quickly try to fix this. Sound set. No, this is the one I want here. Microphone. No, that's not what I want. Sorry, I'm still here. I'm just trying to microphone. Microphone settings. No, that's not it. Where did it go? Of course, it's not going to cooperate today. I'm going to try one more time. Hopefully I can get this to work. Sound settings. Output. Output is at 100%. Input. Okay, hopefully I've just changed that. I don't know if that's made any difference, Nancy. Let me know if that's been fixed at all. It's starting to get louder. All right, so hopefully I've made it louder. I'm terrible with technology, and so it turns out that when I do it one time, I can barely find it the second time, because the steps that I took last time, somehow the computer decides to not follow the same results. So who knows? So Nancy, if you can hear me better now, please let me know. Much louder. All right, thank you, Sarah. Now you're louder. Perfect. I'm glad I figured it out. I'm sorry it took so long there at the start there. So hello, Sarah, Josie, Nancy, Becky, Sarah, Nancy, Elaine. Who else did I miss? I think that's everybody. Yep, Josie from Texas and Sarah from Illinois. All right, it is fixed. All right, we did it. Now we can start crafting today. So I was having some technical difficulties on top of the microphone issue that we just had. So if things are a little bit wonky, I apologize. I do need to, I think next week, all of my summits are now done. So next week I'm going to spend some time trying to figure this out, because it's not supposed to be so chaotic and so crazy. And so today we're going to do another Christmas craft. And so I know I've been talking about Christmas crafts a while, and I've been doing them. And hello, Rosemary. So we're going to do Christmas craft today. Just so you know, the blog tomorrow, I've got a new post. It's coming out. It's not Christmas, because I just needed to do a few other crafts to get out of Christmas for a second. So blog tomorrow, not Christmas. Today is Christmas. And for some reason in the summer, when it's hot outside, it feels really nice. It feels hot in the house, even though it's cold, and then vice versa in the winter. And so today I'm freezing cold, so I will be drinking lots of my tea, because I'm so cold. It's not funny. So there's my tea here. So I apologize. So you might notice in this view, before we went live, this camera was working perfectly. And then this camera stopped working. And then now this one is jumpy and this one works. So something is up. I don't know what it is, but I apologize. Hello, Jean from Nebraska and Winona from Alabama. I love making your card in the SVG Card Cricut Success Summit. Thank you for doing that. Thank you, Becky. That's so nice of you to say. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I saw some people posted some pictures and they turned out pretty cool, which was nice. I always love it when people like sort of make their own like version of it, because that's kind of the idea, right? I want to just like give you a basic idea, some info, some details, and then you guys take it away. So today we're going to be making we're going to try. It's going to work though. I got faith in me. I watched 2 videos. I'm good. I know how to do this today, right? We're going to make some snow angels. No, they're not snow angels. We're going to make some angel ornaments for our tree. Hello, Debbie from Ohio. And I'm going to use this like, I don't know, this might be more spring-like paper, but don't worry, because once we're done, this is going to look fantastic. So we're going to use like, I'm just going to use this paper because I actually like the colors of this, and this is supposed to hopefully stop us from having to do some other stuff. So if you just have like white paper, that should work as well. And this is kind of thick cardstock, and now that I'm folding it, I'm feeling it might be too thick, but we can make this work, so have no fear. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this beautiful piece of paper and we're going to hide the rest so that I have space. Hello, Carol from Wisconsin. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in half. Just because maybe that'll make it a little bit easier to work with. And now this is 12 by 12. And if my math serves me right, I'm going to cut it this way so that I've got green on each side. And I'm just going to figure out how to count to 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I'm just going to quickly cut this so that I have 2 sheets. Now, the video that I saw, now that I'm cutting my thick cardstock here, I'm realizing that they probably used thin paper for a reason, because it's easier to fold, but we don't care about that because we're just going to make cool little angels here anyways. And so what we're going to do with this piece of paper, we're going to fold it, I'm going to say this way, and we're going to like just go like accordion style fold this, so back and forth the whole way through, and it's going to be kind of this way. So we're going to try to do, you know what, I might use my scoring stylus here to make these folds maybe a little bit easier. If I had a ruler somewhere. I had a ruler, but I don't have a ruler anymore. Alright, that's okay. We got this. We're going to do this with just paper. We're going to get this to work. It just might make it a little bit easier to fold this paper because it's like, I don't know where my ruler is. That's disappointing. It might make folding it a little bit easier, because, you know, folding thick cardstock can be a bit of a challenge, and I'm just using this other piece of paper as my guide, and I'm going sort of side from side on my cutting mat here. Nothing fancy. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just doing this because I can see myself on like the 12th fold having some issues, so hopefully this will help. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. And so we're gonna make these cute little angels for a Christmas tree. And so this is going to produce, if we're lucky, if we're lucky, this is going to produce one little angel or medium-sized angel, because I think this is going to be maybe one medium-sized angel, but that's okay. Medium-sized is good. And I'm not sure if you guys can see the lines that I'm scoring with my stylus here, but they're absolutely not straight. Even though I've got my thing here behind me, my mat behind me, and I'm using this edge of the paper here, they're not totally straight, and that's fine. This is like, you know how crafting goes, especially with me on Thursdays. It's kind of just like fly by the seat of our pants, and we should hopefully get this to work. All right, okay, and we're gonna do the same thing, is the fold 1/2 inch folds. Yeah, so I'm doing 1/2 inch right now. You can make them bigger or smaller. this side of my mat is is in inches, and if I flip it upside down, my mat is in metrics, and so it's in like 10 centimeters, I think it is. I'm not sure. I don't use that side very often because most of the crafts that I do end up being in inches, or imperial as my American friends call it. And so I'm just marking it the 1/2 inch. You could mark it like farther if you wanted to. It'll make the angel, the accordion corrugation on it wider, I guess. You'll see in a second. I'm just gonna, but I think this may be easier, maybe not, than folding it the other way, than doing it by hand without the score lines. But that's my hope. We'll see, because I know my abilities, and I have some tools for a reason. I was actually talking to a friend the other day about crafting, and we were going on about what tools we needed, and it's funny because you can do so much with so little, and you don't actually need all the stuff. And I was learning some neat tricks you could do with basic tools, like even with a paper cutter you could just do scoring, which was news to me. But my paper cutter is kind of small. I like it because it's small, but it doesn't work well. Like, I can only do 3 inches this way, so I can't do 6 inches like we have here. So all we're going to do now is we're going to try folding on these score lines that I've made, and it's just going to be like an accordion. It's kind of back and forth. So kind of back and forth, back and forth. And where is this score line? You'd think that I could make like score lines as a crafter, but sometimes things would surprise you. So, and now the reason that I'm doing, like, I saw some videos on this, so that people, but that where the paper was just white, and I'll show you on the back side in a minute if I can find this fold here once I'm done folding this. But the idea is that you kind of want your angel to be pretty, right? Well, I mean, you could have a white angel. We can have a white angel as well. I just wanted to have a fancy, colorful angel. And so, Catherine, could you use the scoreboard? I could use a scoreboard, except my scoreboard is small, so I could have used my scoreboard, yes, for this. Hello, Loretta. So yeah, I could have used a scoreboard, but mine's kind of only that big, so if I was making my angel a little bit smaller, I could have for sure used a scoreboard. You're a thinker, Loretta. I totally forgot about that. It's one of my new tools, and I don't always remember about all my new tools. And so, back to folding. Or trying to fold. Because you would think that this shouldn't be so difficult, but clearly, even the score lines that I made a minute ago seem to have not cooperated. But yes, I could have used my scoreboard, and maybe that would have been better, because that actually makes really thick score lines, and the ones that I did now were not so thick. Alright. I feel like I'm failing at folding paper today. This paper is really thick, so maybe that's why they use the thin stuff in the videos that I saw. But that's okay. One more fold on this page, and then we can do the next one all over again. Alright, so bam! One sheet done. It looks like, well, it doesn't really look like a fan. Kind of looks like a fan, but that's okay, because this is going to be a Christmas ornament. We don't want it to be like huge, right? It's got to fit on a Christmas tree. So this is one piece. And so I've got the different colors on this for a reason. This is just the way the paper is, of course, but it's going to make our angel look pretty. I'm going to take a sip of tea here, because even though I'm sweating up a storm from folding that piece of paper 12 times, I am still cold. But I was sitting at my computer earlier today, and I find that when I'm sitting and doing, like, I'm not doing nothing, obviously doing something. I was working on the blog for tomorrow, but just by sitting at the computer and editing videos and typing stuff, I find that I get very cold. And I want to have these in the same direction, so I'm going to fold this one backwards. I find that I get very cold, and my hands were like freezing cold when I started, before I started to come down here, before I started the setup for this video. And so I was just freezing cold, so I had to make myself a tea. And now, of course, I'm yapping, and I'm struggling with the technology issues, and I'm struggling with all the other things. And now I'm sweating, but that's okay. My hands are still cold, so the tea is important. Now, this shouldn't be so hard to fold, but clearly I have some issues today. I don't know if it's the lighting. I'm going to blame the operator, because clearly she's lacking something today. Maybe some more coffee would have been better than tea, but that's all right. We're getting there. The second one's folding a bit faster, so that's good. And we're not doing too bad for time, so that's also good. Now, I'm trying to just see stuff here, but it's kind of not working. So, you guys, I forgot to tell you. So I'm supposed to have an advent calendar done for my kids by the 1st. So I got a week and a half, like not even 10 days. I have 0 ideas for advent calendars. And so my kids are like, oh, Mom, I can't wait for the advent calendar. I can't wait. And then here I am. I've got no ideas. I've got like, I don't know if I'm advent calendared out or what, but man, I've got 0 ideas. So if anybody has an idea, please let me know what I could do for my advent calendar for my kids, because they somehow are expecting something big, because I've obviously set the bar kind of high when it comes to the advent calendars, because I do 3 different ones every year. I'm hoping I can come up with one design. So if anyone's got an idea here, and I'm going to just finish this last fold, which is turning out to be a disaster, but all right, woo, done. I'm going to read some of these comments here. So Nancy, while I think about it, are you doing this next Thursday, or are you picking a different day? I am doing is next Thursday? See, I'm Canadian, so I don't remember, but you guys have American Thanksgiving next Thursday, right? So yeah, so I should reschedule that. Let me just make myself a note here, because I was planning on doing Thursday, but I can reschedule next Thursday. Turkey Day. Yeah, I don't remember about all the American holidays because I'm Canadian, and I don't really, and that would make sense while all the Black Friday sales are coming on, but they don't always jive for me, so I'll put that in. So I'm going to probably shoot for Wednesday then, just because I don't know. From what I know of American Thanksgiving, a lot of people take like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, so, and possibly Monday, so it'll probably move to Wednesday. So that's a good question, Nancy. Thank you for that, because I have no idea. It totally slipped my mind. Okay, Rosemary, Catherine, I love that it doesn't have to be 100% perfect and you still roll with it. It's super encouraging for me. Oh, thanks, Rosemary. Well, Rosemary, I don't think I've ever talked to you before in this live, after my Thursday unscripted ones, but that was sort of the idea about these, was that I wanted to show people that, like, even, you know, as professional crafters, I laugh at that, but we also make mistakes, right? We all try the crafts, but you don't see all the behind the scenes stuff. And so for me to make an actual video, it takes a lot of time and thought and creativity and all the processes. And so it's nice, I thought it would be nice to have it sort of where you can see that, you know, we do mess up at crafts too. You don't see the 1,000 tries that we make. So as I'm going to read the next question here, so thank you for that nice comment, Rosemary. I'm just going to show you. So what we're going to do now, I've got the green kind of up top on both, and this is going to give my angel kind of like a flowy, like a dress that looks kind of nice, right? And so, I know this is 12 inches, so I'm going to go maybe like 7 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to here. And then I'm going to fold it down like this. Now, this is super thick paper. And so this is going to be half of my angel's body. It'll look like this, maybe. Maybe that'll make it better. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to go 7 up from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to fold it this way. And so I'm going to squish this super hard. This is like super thick. So this is why they use regular printer paper. And this is kind of my angel, sort of. This is part of my angel. So I clearly didn't measure that the same way on both sides, but that's okay. So this is my angel. This is the angel body. We're not done yet though. So we have to, Loretta, I agree with the getting cold bit. I recently put the QB under my crafting desk and it keeps me a bit warmer. You know, Loretta, that's funny about the QB. I bought a QB like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, trying to be healthy. And I used it for the first 2 years like religiously, and now right now it sits under my desk and my feet just rest on it because I've got it kind of like the pedals located like, and so when I'm at my computer desk, I was talking to myself the other day about having to use it more because it's there just gathering dust, but I keep forgetting. And so we need some thread or something. I'm going to use pink because it's kind of more closely colored to what I've got here. And then I got my fancy beads, and so I should use my QB more. But this workstation here that I have, my crafting desk is like, it's an IKEA hack. So I've got a tabletop, I've got a Kallax 4x2, another desk, wheels, and like, so I can move it around when I need to. So I don't have space here for a cubie, but at my desk I've got one. And so we need one of these little bead things. And I stole from Olivia, my daughter Olivia. She's okay to share. She's okay to share with me. And I just stole like her, I don't know, crochet needle things. But this is just so that I can pull something through this, like here. And all I want to do, okay, now I've messed this up. We're just gonna, I just need to pull a piece of thread through this. And so, ta-da! I did it this week. No more problems like we had with the gnome. So just pulling this through, and this is kind of going to be the head maybe of our, I might need to pull this through again. I don't know if I like the looks of this. We're going to do a double pull here. We're going to pull this through. How about paper stocking advent calendar? Paper stocking, okay. All right, let me just think about this. I have to think about pulling this through because this takes a lot of brain power for me. Okay, we got this through. All right, so I'm just gonna pause here because there's a lot happening with this chatter on this. Loretta, Wednesday is good choice. I watch on my phone from the community center's crafting studios. Oh, okay. I am beginning to see the angel. Good, Sarah. Rosemary, yes, this is the first time here, but definitely not the last. Enjoying it very much. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So next week will be on Wednesday, though, so thank you, ladies. How does paper stocking? Make the stocking for each day and put an item in it, like a little... Okay, so I like that. I like the paper stocking. Loretta, I got to write that down. I might need to... That gives me an idea. I like it. I can do this. Let's go paper stocking. Paper stocking. Calendar. I like that. That's a good idea. I'm gonna put that one down. That might be a winner. Okay, so I've got some thread here, and so we're supposed to. I'm gonna put this through here, maybe, and tie it around, just to, like, you know, make this difficult. So I've put it over and I've tied it around once. I might need to glue this. I think we're gonna have to put some glue onto this. This is not. So that's kind of my angel there. So I'm going to pull out the glue gun, but not the heavy glue gun because, Loretta, we don't want me to burn myself. Should I glue this down like this, or should I let them fly? I think I should let it fly. So we're just going to hold this tighter here. But I think I might... I'm just going to staple it. I don't feel like pulling out my glue gun. Do I have a stapler? That is a serious question. I have a little stapler. I've hit something. Please don't. Sorry. Okay, I'm just like stapling it back here. Because I'm feeling too lazy to glue this. Bam, stapled, done. So there's my little umbrella. It's not an umbrella. Ooh, I think I do need some more coffee. There's my little angel. So all I need to do now I guess if I had like made this smaller with smaller paper, this little head would like be better, but that's kind of it. So I might, let's see if I can just, you know, I'm just going to wrap this around a little bit here. I'm going to struggle for a second just so that my little angel has more of a dress here. And I got to pull this thread through again because I'm clearly losing it with this thread. But now I think that looks a little bit, maybe a little bit better. I don't know. All right, there. Now we've got it. How can I? All right, there's my angel. I'm just gonna find some scissors. We're gonna snip this here. Tie this in one of my super lame fancy knots because I'm not really good at them. And there we go. There's our angel. So if you, for example, had been using white paper and it looked like this, what you could do is using either markers or paint, you could like add color into here, right? And add it sort of any way you wanted. And that would kind of give you this look. I just kind of wanted this colorful paper to avoid having to paint it because it's already taken me like 30 minutes to fold paper 12 times. So that's kind of my specialty, right? So this is the angel. So, I mean, I could have made it a little bit smaller, like use smaller paper because I used 12 by 12, could have used 8.5 by 11 and made it smaller. But I think that's pretty good. Like, let's change the angle here. Ooh, that turned out pretty good, right? Like, That's nice. It's a bit big. It's like the size of my head, but that's okay. I mean, you can have big decorations and ornaments on your tree or small ones. So I think that's good. What do you guys think? Is that good? Is it worthy of a successful craft today, or is it like a failure? I think it's a success. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Speaking of thumbs up, if you are watching this, the replay or the live, give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying it, because I need the YouTube machine to like me too. So if you like what I'm doing, give me a like. That way you can keep getting these feeds and I can keep doing them. So that's what I wanted to say about that. So she will look great on your Christmas tree. Yes, my son is so excited about Christmas. He's already like planning where to put the Christmas tree, because we had to do some reorg this year in the upstairs, and he is not happy because there's no current location. Like, there's not like a big hole in the house that has like Christmas tree here, so he's just thinking of where it's going to go. So we're going to have to figure that out. But that will go on the tree with some of the other ones, like the hat that we did last week, which has also got stolen, and the gnome, which I didn't like, also gone. So we'll have to put those on the tree as well. So, recap. Cute little paper angel. Only takes you half an hour if you're me. If you might be a little bit more crafty than me, it might take less time. Don't forget, the Hobby School Summit's still happening today. I'll drop the link to the tickets for that in the description. You can still watch for free today. You can buy the VIP still for that. And I have a whole lot of emails coming out. I'm going to try to like package them nicely, but I've got some Black Friday emails coming out. One of them will be coming out possibly today, maybe tomorrow. It is from my friend at We Can Make That, Shelly Ontis, and she has a, I'm going to call it a course, a package, a thing where you can, if you are looking to start a crafting business, it's like a how-to starter pack sort of thing. That's coming out. And then also Hobby School, the folks at the summit's just happening with right now, they're having a flash sale over this coming week and a half until Black Friday, so that you can buy some of their previous events as well. So that's coming out, and some other stuff as well. So keep an eye out for those. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you so much. Secure the skirt. So that's it for today. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you guys all next week on Wednesday, not Thursday. Just thank you, Nancy, for that reminder, and I'll see you guys there. Happy crafting.